Thank you, Catherine. And in my 3 minutes, I'm going to repeat what I've said since the day I came in here. The crisis has been caused by government policy. We've just come in from Raise the Roof. There's no doubt about it. Each policy from each government has intensified the crisis because you have failed to recognise, deliberately so, that housing is a basic human right, and you've dealt with it like an asset and allowed the market to provide. And when the market didn't provide, you brought in every possible scheme to support the market. The HAP scheme being the worst, absolutely the worst, that became the only game in town. And it's really important because today I heard an interview with a Mr. O'Driscoll who's on the new infrastructure. And let me say, I was singularly unimpressed with his narrative. Let me state that publicly. And I agree with them that we failed to provide investment in infrastructure, but no questions were asked as to how that happened. How did it happen, like a city in Galway where we have no provision for a wastewater treatment plant on the east side of the city, so no development can take place? How has it happened that there's no water treatment plant on the west, in the Connemara? No questions. And then we look at planning and we put all the problem down to objectors, which is a dangerous and disingenuous narrative. Let me say that. It's absolutely appalling that arguments by somebody in that position is reducing it to objectors, when the real problem is at any given time there are 500 planning vacancies. And again, I put my hands up and say, tell me if I'm wrong. But how you can run a system like that with so many vacancies is important. And then we blame the courts for judicial reviews when the only avenue left to an awful lot of people was to go down there. And you know that very well. And the misquoting and the misusing of figures. And then we absolutely made the local authorities non-existent in relation to the provision of housing. We stopped building housing in Galway in 2009. We never built a single other house until about 2020. An integral part of the solution is public housing on public land. That's one part of the solution. And then you set up various entities and agencies, including the Land Development Agency, and now we're going to extend their power. And their remit should have been totally public housing on public land, which they're not doing. They're doing a deal in Galway in the docks on public land for premium housing. And so, again, and at the risk of boring you, Minister, we have a jigsaw of pieces. I'm not sure how many pieces. It might be an exaggeration to say 500, but certainly a jigsaw of pieces with no overall vision except bound down to the market, and the market will provide. And when they don't, we'll add a new piece and a new piece to make sure that we keep the prices up. It's an obscenity to talk about affordable housing at the price that it is.